And welcome everybody to Stay Tuned Sports. It's your boy King hanging out with you here on this Thursday night. Why are we here on a Thursday night in the middle of April? That's weird. That doesn't happen, but we've done it the last couple times now. We did it last month for the Titans uniform reveal. Then the last couple when the Falcons did it at 10 a.m. The Commanders, the Red Command Skins, I guess they're going to call themselves now. I have no idea. They did it at 10 a.m. And even today at 10 a.m. Was it 10 or 11? I forget. Either way, the Rams released their uniforms, but right now, the Ravens are having a release party. I'm trying to find any live cameras. Anybody's got live stuff going on. It appears there is nothing as far as that goes. So we're just sitting here waiting to see what happens there. But we can review some of the other uniforms that we had while we're waiting. 7:45 is the purported time that the Ravens are going to go ahead and release their new uniforms. And we'll see. Is it going to be a big, giant change? Is it going to be a big, departure? Is it just going to be a small little tweak, a little modernization, if you will, to what has been the Ravens set for, 25 years now? It's looked really good. I really wonder how that's going to go. By the way, thank you so much for joining us here on Stay Tuned Sports as we wait for the Ravens to reveal their uniforms. Again, my name is King. If you like anything about this channel, and I don't know why you would, but if you do, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share button, let the world know that we exist. And of course, as always, if you haven't done so yet, if it's your first time here, please hit that subscribe button as we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers right here on this great and glorious platform known as YouTube. Also, just a little programming note. I don't believe Open Bar is going to be happening tomorrow, but we might have some hockey for you on Saturday with the Flyers and Penguins playoff series starting there. So we might do that as well. ELS, he predicts big change for the Ravens coming up. So we will see. Let's jump on over. Let's take a look. Lloyd wants to say, remember, folks, if you're new here, King is insane. I usually try to push back on Lloyd and some of the shit that he says in the chat, but he's 1,000% correct on this one. Let's jump over here. Now, this is the latest. Again, we're just waiting here on Twitter for the Ravens. They're going to release something probably, as we said, about 7:45 is when they're going to release their new look, and we'll get a new look at it. But also, we had some other uniform news. Washington, the Commanders, basically becoming the Redskins again, and everything other than name and logo. The helmets are back. They went back to glossy helmets. They're not going to be the satin finish anymore. It is the full-on Redskins look, just without two guns white calf on the side of the helmet. That is the only thing. And then on the new alternate helmet, the all black, which usually I'm not a big fan of black for black's sake alternate uniforms. This one's not bad. And not only that, but they put the spear and a W logo on there, which I actually think gives a little personality to maybe the worst logo in the league. Surprised that they didn't just put that on the regular helmet, too. I don't know. I have no idea. But, honestly, if you just want to see what the Redskins are going to look like, it's going to look like what they look like before they changed to the Washington football team and then the Washington Commanders. This is Redskins in all but name. That it really is. I do like that they added yellow pants to the set in the same style as the burgundy and white pants. So now they have 3 sets of pants. I just hope they don't do all burgundy. I mean, I think that looks weird. I do like the gold pants and the burgundy tops. I do like those. I think that's a good look. It was a good look for the Redskins. I think it's a good look for the Commanders since they're basically cosplaying as the Redskins now at this point. Again, solid uniforms for the home, for the away. And then here's your third jerseys there, the all blacks. A lot better than the uniforms, their all black uniforms they were wearing. Lloyd says they need a yellow alt. No, the yellow pants is good enough. That's all we're going to say there. Jimbo in the chat, my co-host here on Stay Tuned Sports, says, you can't say Redskins. Say whatever I want. Crafty in the chat says, Brian Daboll sucked King's sanity dry like a leech on steroids. I'll tell you what, not nearly as bad as trying to watch the Raiders last year, as we all know that. That forever is going to go on. ELS says, my take on the Commanders, Redskins, New Jerseys. I give it a solid 7.2 out of 10. I like the burgundy and white jerseys. I don't like the black jerseys. I'll say this. As the alternate jerseys, I like it. I like the helmet. I love the W and Spear logo. I do. I think that is, again, why they didn't use that for the whole thing, I don't know. And then also this morning, because we were wondering if they were going to do it or not, it was seeming iffy for a while there with some people. We had heard that the Rams were going to get new uniforms or spruce them up, and sure enough, they did. And my God, did they absolutely nail these the way they absolutely should have been, kind of the way it should have been from the start, just to modernize that classic Rams look. They got rid of all the gradients. They got rid of the bone white uniforms, which were terrible. We've got the ram horn back on the sleeve, obviously with the modern ram horn with the little split in there, but still, oh my, do these look gorgeous. Rams got the new look there. As we see, here's the blue look with the yellow. Just look at how that is just gorgeous. They've changed the main logo, the LA logo, and now there's no gradients in that either. It's just the solid color. So that's good as well. They've revamped the Ram head itself. I don't know if it's going to be in this particular one. They've changed the word mark. They've given it a little italicized to it, gave the R a little bit of a flair there. So again, I think that's a nice little touch. Gives them a little bit more personality. I mean, look at those uniforms. They just look so good. They just look so good. Jimbo says, out of the new Redskins jerseys, I love the black one. Like I said, is it my favorite of the set? No, but I always liked the Redskins uniforms. To me, they were always one of the best in the league, look-wise. From the pants, socks, like everything. Helmet, clearly a logo, loved it all. So I love the fact that they are Redskins in all but name with this new look. And having, as far as like the alternate goes, they could have done a lot worse. I mean, they could have had what they had previously with the black alternate, with the W on the front and numbers on the side, and just that was bad. It was just bad. And here we go. You also see the Rams. They have 3 pants. They have the gold pants. They brought back the blue pants. Not sure how I feel about that. And, of course, white pants as well. So we'll see. Hopefully they don't screw that up. Hopefully they don't do an all-blue look. God, just don't do an all-blue look. But that's it. The Rams look good. I think the Rams look good. I think the Redskins look good. Or Commanders. I mean, again, they are basically that is basically the Redskins in all but name. That's exactly what it is. They even went back to the gloss helmet, which I think is nice. Lloyd says, "Love the." That's it. All the Rams had to do was change up just that little bit, and it really did elevate the set. They got rid of the stupid name tag on the front. They added the horns onto the sleeves. Again, it's a modernized, updated version of the classic Rams uniform. Perfect to me. I think this is what they should have done from the jump instead of doing all the weird, wacky shit they were doing. So Ravens 2026 in the chat says we waited all day just to see a picture, like they sold by not going live. Yeah, no. That's what I figured. I didn't know if the Ravens were going to be live or not, if they were going to have a live presentation, and we'll see. But yeah, I haven't seen anything. Did they release it? It's 7:40. They said we're going to 7:45, but here we go. Okay, so they did release it. Okay. Well, let's take a listen and look. Let's go back to the front here. Iridescent helmets is what I'm hearing. Ooh, looks like we're getting glitter out. back of the helmet. Okay, interesting. Are they going to have a different road helmet from the home helmet? All purple. Not a fan of that. Okay, they got like the full black on black on black. I guess that would make sense as a Raven. Okay, so we have a main, and 2 alts from what it looks like. I'm not disgusted by it. I think, okay, all right. Let's break this down and let's also see we're gonna have to wait for them to post some I don't like the all purple. The all purple is much, but I do like the fact that the numbers are gold. They did the gold striping on it, so it's a little different. Okay, so that's what I mean. First glance, home and roads I don't mind, because again, this went to the poll question of, do you think it was going to be a big change or not? Did you think it was going to be a huge change or not? It looks like it's not that massive of a change. They got rid of the drop shadow, which kind of people thought that was going to happen, but the number font is basically the same. They didn't change the logo. They didn't change the word mark. It looks like the shield crest is just kind of rubberized now. Like all the patches are rubberized and they're just on there. So, but that still looks all the same. So it looks like they have an all black alternate and an all purple alternate to go with the home and roads. So yeah, and I agree, Crafty. Yeah, Lloyd. Yeah, we're gonna have to look at the photos and get the detailed look to see on all of them. The one helmet logo, the forward-facing Raven, they used that for their. That was their alternate for last year. The last 2 years, I think they used that with the forward-facing Raven on the purple helmet, on the purple matte helmet. But outside of that, yeah, so not a massive change. Just a bit of like, it seems like just a little bit of cleaning up on the main uniforms, and then you have the two other ones. Let me check over on the Chris Creamer boards. On the Chris Creamer Sports Logos message boards, that's boards.sportslogos.net. They're usually on top of everything. And no pictures. No pictures of it, just the video. So we're still waiting for those to come out. Interesting. Like I said, I think some of them look good. Let's jump back over here. Let's see. Crafty says Ravens uniform should always have a heavy emphasis on black. I think the black and purple works really good for them. So there's the old one. Okay, so here we see like they're adding like that reflective, glittery outline to the numbers. You see, okay, now here on the collar, you see they kind of got a little raven's wing kind of action going on there. Okay, nice little touch. Play like a raven on the inside of the collar, the hanger mark there. Now here's the all black alternate uniform where they're going with the forward face and raven head, but that's all black. It's black with a slightly less black on the black. So, very interesting how they decided to go with that. That'd be cool if the helmet lit up. I doubt that, but that would be a nice little... We have the first NFL team with LED lights in the helmets. Okay, so yeah, this looks like the home look. Purple tops, white bottoms. Again, yeah, see, the shield is still on the sleeve. Okay, so the logo and helmet look like they're both satinized. They're both that kind of matte satin look. So they've taken the gloss away. Not sure how you're going to feel about that. Again, the purple stripes, the little, the fading stripes down the front, they're still there. Wordmark is the same. So again, this is basically the same. They just took away the drop shadow on the numbers and rubberized the logos and patches. But that's about it. ELS says we've got photos. So let's jump on over it. Let's redo this. And all right, I still don't see any photos. Not on Twitter anyway. Let's check over with the Creamer board, see what they got. I didn't get a chance. Yeah, I didn't see the Panstripe Streetly with it. Where you get the photos, ELS? If you got them, send the link over, because I'll take a look at those. Because what was the... Yeah, because you said we got photos. We don't have photos. We don't have photos yet. Let me look at the Panstripe. Let me see. Did I miss the Panstripe? Okay, because you don't see the Panstripe there. That's just... okay, there's the wing mark on there. Okay. That's going to be the all purple. Has the gold thing there. All right. I did refresh the... I refreshed the page on X. What are you talking about? This is the page on X. Oh, okay, we do... Okay, it's a slight picture. Still don't get to see the Panstripes. So that is what it is. But there we go. Okay. So here we go. Jimbo says, look up Ari. All right. What has Ari got for us? Where's Ari? I'll just look at my sports update. There's Ari. Oh, it's an E, not an I. That's what I get. Okay, so Ari's got a couple more pictures. Okay. So that's the one picture there, and then a little bit closer on the helmet. That's the purple one. That's the all black. Okay. So we got a little bit of that. Can we zoom in on it? Why won't this let me zoom in? Damn it. Let's do that. Aha. And then I think we could, yeah, now we can zoom in. Try to get some detail. Okay, so we have the all purple that has the same logo. See, that's the helmet they were using for the last couple of years that had the forward-facing Raven on it. Now they've got the regular Raven on it and just the gold shield, gold numbers, and some kind of... Again, it's hard to tell what the Panstripes are. Got to get a better look at those. They've taken away the drop shadow on the numbers. Crafty says, I thought the reveal video started strong, but had a disappointing ending, much like a typical Raven season. Ba-dum-bum. So again, this kind of went to the poll question of just like, was it going to be a major change? Was it going to be a little change? It was really kind of it's a lateral move. It's a slight modernization. You get rid of the drop shadow on the numbers. They've added Baltimore to the road uniforms there, you can see. Instead of having just Ravens on all the uniforms, the road uniform is going to have Baltimore on it. So there's a little change. You have kind of the feather pattern on the collars. A little touch, a little more character, I guess you could say, if you will. Hard to tell the Panstripes, but like I said, I don't know if I don't think they needed to change the Panstripes. I think it was all right. Well, it says a minimal but modernized. Yeah, they didn't do too much to really overhaul these. It's just, yeah. I mean, it looks like, that's what I mean. It looks like the Ravens. Some of the people are kind of iffy on it. So I think some people are looking for something more out of it. But yeah, that's not bad. Like I said, it's the Ravens. They still look like the Baltimore Ravens. Not a massive change. Number font is the same. General look is the same. Like, you look at them, you're going to say, hey, that's the Ravens. No, I don't think you need. No, you didn't. You don't need more black. They have an all black uniform, so that'll fill your black uniform needs there, Crafty. But like as for the main uniform, purple top, white pants, white top, purple pants, black helmet with purple accents and the logo. Yeah, they still have the Raven shield on the sleeves. I mean, it looks good, man. Lloyd, we get it. We know you want Two Guns White Calf back on the Redskins helmet and their name. We know it. We know. I know. And I'm an advocate for that as well. But sometimes you got to shut the fuck up about it, all right? We're talking about the Ravens. God damn it. Lloyd only talks about one thing. There is only one thing Lloyd ever talks about. Is the Redskins and getting Chief Two Guns back onto the helmet. We know, Lloyd. We understand. Oh, God. So there we go. The Ravens have released their uniforms, and it's. I know some people. Oh, we got some of the details. All right, we got details. All right, so let's take a look. Do they have the home ones? No home details yet, so we'll wait for that to come up. Here's the road one. Raven wings on the collar. Yep. We figured that. Baltimore and Ravens on the front. Yep. The Baltimore is a new addition. Yeah, we kind of noticed there they had like that glittery color shifting material outlining the numbers now. So that's it. Same thing. They just removed the shadow on the numbers. So wait a minute. They have a purple. They're wearing the purple helmet with an all white uniform. Are these going to be like all? Are they going to interchange all of these? Like, are all of these going to be interchangeable? Oh, okay. So each one has a different one. The typical home and road have "Play Like a Raven" on the hanger mark. The all blacks have darkness there and nothing more, and the all purple have purple rising. Oh, I see the pant striping now. I see what they were going for, kind of with the a bit of a Baltimore flag thing, while also don't like it. I'm gonna have to agree with some of the people there. I kind of don't like that kind of split look. Like again, I know what they're going for. If you look on the Maryland flag, the Baltimore flag there, as they say, the pant design imitates the sharpened claws of a raven. I don't know about that. Comparable to the stripes on the top of our helmets and a diagonal cut to represent the Calvert crest and both the Baltimore and Maryland flag. Yeah. I get the idea. Not sure I like the execution on the pant stripes. So that's where I'm going. Again, the pant stripes that go. I never liked the taper pant stripes. The pant stripes that always go down and end up in a point somewhere. I mean, we saw that a lot with Reebok and Nike there in the early 2000s, and then Nike from like the mid 2000s onward. Not a fan. Not a fan of that look, and then kind of split like. I'll say good. A decent idea. Like again, I get the idea. I get what they were going for. Not sure I like the execution. We'll have to see it in play, of course. But like me personally, I'm going to sit here right now and say, probably not a huge fan of that. First introduced in 2024, the Purple Rising helmet worn with alternate purple uniforms. The helmet features a metallic purple shell with gold talon stripes. And face mask now includes the primary Ravens logo, allowing for interchangeability with additional uniform. Yeah, so apparently that helmet is going to be interchangeable with the main helmet. And then the dark helmet will be worn with the all black uniforms when darkness falls at M&T Bank Stadium. So I guess that's going to be whenever they're in prime time, they're going to wear that uniform at home. And they do have red eyes on that logo. So it's all black with a slightly less black and then red eyes on that logo. Interesting. Interesting. Again, the all black with like the stealth helmet, I don't get that. Like, why have a logo that you can't see? Like, I think that's a little off. And like I said, the pant stripes are I'm real iffy with the pant stripes. I will say that right off the bat. And again, a lot of these pictures, you don't see a real good look at the pant stripes. Maybe that's why. Maybe they're hiding them. I don't know. We'll have to take a look and see at maybe some of the action shots. Maybe they'll have some action shots on there. I like the I'll say this: the home and roads look great. It's going to be interesting to see that they can actually use the purple helmet kind of interchangeably. As we see, they are using the purple helmet on the regular road uniform there, the white with purple, and on an all white they've got the purple, and they're also wearing the purple helmet on the all purple. So interesting that they've kind of got a helmet that they can interchange with the rest of the uniform as well. Not to mention, so it's a whole schmear there where they're going to go ahead and kind of mix everything out. Catching up with James says, do all black. Ernest says, wait, the NFL is allowing 3 different helmets for it? Yes, they're allowing up now to 3 helmets for teams with, I know they were allowing 2 alternates, but this is going to be the first time I think we're going to see what would be considered an alternate helmet kind of be used with primary sets. So that's interesting to me. Like, the Ravens are going to be able to apparently wear that purple helmet with any of the sets other than the Darkness Falls, the black set that they have there. Like, the purple helmet's not going to be just for the Purple Rising alternate uniforms. That's interesting. That's an interesting little detail. And the pants are all going to be apparently interchangeable. As you can see there, you see black jersey with purple pants. You see the regular purple jersey with purple pants. You see the regular white jersey with black pants. So they've got a smorgasbord of uniform combinations that they can make, and they're kind of putting that on display here. That they're just going to be able to go ahead and mix and match whatever they want. Metzer 18 in the chat, and I gotta agree with you on this one. The NFL simply needs to ensure that all teams must have striped socks. No more leotard look. Yes, bring back the striped socks for the love of God. Finally, a man of culture there in the chat. No, the Tampa Bay should never change again. They tried changing. They did that stupid alarm clock look. They went back to what let's consider their absolute proper look, the best look they've ever had, and that is including the creamsicles, which I love. I love Bucko Bruce, and I love the creamsicles. But the current Buccaneers look, that the look that they have here and that they had in the late 90s, early 2000s, their best look. This is the best look the Buccaneers ever had. Fate Perry in the chat says, congrats, Baltimore Bucks fan here. Yeah, I got to say, I like them. I do like them. Some of them. I'm still haven't seen a good look at the pant stripes, which again, we saw the kind of the thing that they were going for with the talon and the taper, and it's going to be like split for the way the flag is, but I'm not sure. Okay, still no great look at the pants. Here's another look at the Darkness Falls helmet, or Darkness Rises, whatever it is. Darkness here and nothing more. where they've got the bright red eyes on the logo, but everything else is black on black on black. Look like a decent motorcycle helmet. That'd make a good motorcycle helmet. Ernest in the chat says, so where do these uniforms rank in comparison to Atlanta's new uniforms, for example? Again, I like that Atlanta went to something more traditional. Again, I think they should have done silver pants, and I think they should have done, what did we all say? They should have done something else. I forget what we, but they should have done at least silver pants. They should have at least done silver pants. But outside of that, I like Atlanta's look. It's kind of a reset back to a traditional football uniform set. Maybe could have used some stripes on the sleeves. But we'll figure it out. But here's the other thing, too, with pants. If the Falcons decided at the last minute to add silver pants, they can. Like, adding pants to a uniform is not part of that whole 5-year rule thing. Because the NFL doesn't merchandise football pants. Other people might do. They kind of do knockoff NFL pant looks for, like, pajamas or sweatpants or stuff. But the NFL doesn't have a direct marketing department for pants. So if, let's say Atlanta wanted to do silver pants, they could add those at last minute. That's fine. Again, for the Ravens, this isn't a great departure from what they had. And I'll say this too, because we saw this recently, like with the Texans, where the Texans didn't quite really, they didn't make a super departure from their look. They just changed a couple things, but it honestly felt like it changed for the worse. The number font, I don't like the new number font. I don't like the weird horns on the away. I don't like that the home and away uniforms are completely different. I don't like the Satan alternates. I don't like the fact that they're kind of mono no matter what. Like, so there's some parts of the Texans uniform, like, I think they didn't make big changes, but they made the changes worse. In this case, I think you're looking at, this is really just a lateral move for the Ravens. Nate says, as a Texan, I'm glad we finally beat you all last year. Nate, I am not a Ravens fan, so I'm a Giants fan. Let's go Giants. I'm just also happen to be a uniform and logo nerd as well. So whenever there's new uniform releases, that's why I'm here. That's why we're sitting here. We're talking about the Washington red command skins. We're talking about, well, we had the Rams up here before. I was looking for Ari. There we go. We're looking at the Rams' new uniforms. Like, we're looking at everything. So I'm a Giants fan, but I am a uniform and logo kind of nerd. So that's kind of where I sit with that. So here we go. And these are the primary. These are going to be their marked primary uniforms. Home and road look great. Love these. Like, this is fine. Like, again, the only thing that's really changed is the drop shadow. No, see, that's the thing. The uniforms that Atlanta's wearing now, the brand new ones, don't look anything like the 28-3 uniforms. Those were those Reebok era uniforms with the weird striping pattern on the shoulders and the whatever. Like, that wasn't great. I like that they went back to a traditional font. I like that they went back to very nice looking football looking uniform. Titans, I get what they were going for. I think it just went a little too over the top, like a little over. They over designed it. I'll say that with the Titans, and I know some people are going to say, but they actually under designed. The logo got less and everything like that. But when you have like the guitar strings on the stripes, and then you have the really small red stripes next to the, like, they look like the Dolphins, and I think that's a problem. I think they should have widened the red stripes. Hooray, beer! I think they should have gotten rid of the stupid guitar strings. Honestly, if they just could have, if they would have went like more, made it look like the Houston Oilers, I think it would have worked. Instead, they look like a slightly miscolored Miami Dolphins uniform. Not big on that. Bait Perry in here says, "Oh no, Ravens beat you in Tampa. How ironic." I'm a Giants fan. Oh, you're talking about Super Bowl 35. Oh, yeah, where the refs were in on that one. I'll say that one. Giants, they got robbed of that kick return. They got robbed of the interception. Like there's a lot of that Super Bowl. It's the reason why I don't like the Ravens. Maybe this comes to a surprise to some people. I really don't like the Ravens. I hate the Ravens. I root against them all I can. Nate says, yeah, the Titans do look like Miami Dolphins to bowl. Yeah, I think they could have done better at that. Washington knocked it out of the park. Absolutely. Just they're in Redskins, but everything but name. But to be fair, the Redskins had simply some of the best uniforms in the NFL. Granted, and it's okay, Lloyd. I'm going to mention it. Lloyd, I know, is always advocating for Two Guns White Calf to be back on the helmet, and I understand that. He wants the name back. He wants the logo back. I honestly think the logo should be back. Whether you bring the name back or not, that's a debate for other people. I think the name should be back personally, but that's just me. That's how I feel. But overall, the Redskins uniform, which is what this is. I mean, let's be honest. This is the Redskins uniform. Was always one of the better looks in the NFL. And just having it back, it looks like a proper football team. The Commanders never looked like that. The Commanders never looked like a proper football team. They look like an arena team. No offense, ELS. They look like an arena team trying to play NFL football. These now look like a proper football team. And then the Rams. Again, the Rams are another case of small, minor changes that massively improved the look. And that's what I mean when you look at the Rams and how they did it, getting rid of the stupid name tag, the Rams name tag on the front, getting rid of the bone white, getting rid of the gradient on the numbers, getting rid of all that. As you can see now, both the Ravens and the Rams have that kind of reflective highlighter outline on their numbers. But the Rams, again, just released this today. Updated word mark. They also updated the Ram head. So all that's looking real good. Here's the thing, Nate. I'll say that when it came to Washington, if they would have done the W spear on all three helmets, I mean, it gives a little character to what I have said ostensibly is the worst logo in the NFL. Gives a little character. And you can either do the W spear or, like you said, like I would have done the W spear on the other helmets and then just done, if you were going to do the alternate, just do the spear on the black helmet. And that's the other thing too. We have what is it? The AFC South and the NFC North are doing the rivalry uniforms this year. So we know at least of those 8 teams that will have the extra alternate, if you will. But yeah, so it's been a busy 2 days for uniform reveals. We had 3 teams release. We had the Falcons on April 2nd, and we had the Titans last month. So that was kind of our uniform release. I don't think anybody else is changing their uniforms. I don't think anybody else is updating. I wish the Giants would just go back to the gray goddamn pants, but you know, the Giants are a mess in and of themselves. So what are we going to do here? That's good. Crafty, thank you for keeping me updated. And again, thank you to everybody who's been who does that and who has been subscribing. Thank you so much. If you do, I don't know why. If you like anything on this channel, hit that like button, hit that share button, and clearly you are hitting that subscribe button. Thank you all so very much for all your support there. Yes, AFC. This year is going to be the AFC South and the NFC North that have the rivalry uniforms. I believe next year is the NFC East and the AFC North. Is that right, ELS? ELS was usually on top of that for us. ELS there in the chat. He lets us know. He said, I'm wondering what the Packers will do for the rivalry jerseys. I'll tell you what, I think the Packers have a couple of good ideas. Like there's a couple of parts of history before the Lombardi era, like this classic look of the that the Packers have, that they could change to, or they could do something brand new. Maybe they do the Ron Wolf concept jerseys back from '94. And I'm not sure if anybody knew that, or I'm not sure if ELS knew that too. But Ron Wolf, the Packers were going to change their uniforms, and at the last second, they decided not to. They realized, oh, maybe Maybe changing one of the most iconic uniforms in NFL history. Not a great idea. But let me see if I can look that up. I think we do have it here. Let me see. Let me pull it up here. Yeah. I think we got a picture of it. Let's take a look here. Open in new tab. We'll make it bigger. Yeah, and this was the Ron Wolf proposed 1994 Green Bay Packers uniform update. That was very close to becoming. Now, I like that leather, the leather helmet, the hand painted leather helmet that the Packers did last year. I think looked great. I think if you're going to do throwbacks to that era, instead of just doing a blank ass helmet, having that, doing the hand painted leather look is the way to go. Absolutely. Ernest has said the Packers might not, because they gave Nike the old. Yeah, no, the Packers I think are still the only team that are using the old template for their uniforms. I don't know if that's going to be forced to change soon, anytime or anything like that. But they, again, when it comes to the rivalry uniforms, it's an NFL mandate, so they're going to have to do it. But like I said, if I'm the Pack, maybe I do something like for the rivalry uniform. Maybe I do something like this, because they've done so many of their historical uniforms as alternates. They did the all greens, they did the Acme Packers, they did the Indian Packers. They've done the big blue ones with the big yellow dot on the front. Like they now did they did the leather helmet ones last year. They've hit about every single throwback that I think you can. Why not hit something that never was? And plus, I think it might be a cool little way to honor Ron Wolf and see that, Nate says, what do you think about Texans will be doing for... I'm going to be honest with you. I hope the Texans do a full-on Houston Oilers throwback look with just the bull logo with the love you blue and red on it. I kind of want them to do that just as a fuck you to Tennessee. I would love for them to do that. Obviously, I don't think they're going to do that, but I think that would be pretty cool. I think that would be a nice little touch. And wear that for a game against Tennessee. I think that would be awesome. I don't know if it would get through NFL licensing. I don't know if the NFL would sign off on that. But if I was Houston, because that's the big thing now. I think between Tennessee and Houston is this whole the love your blue color. And who should have that? Is that Houston's? Does Tennessee have the right to it? Legally, Tennessee has the right to it, but Houston is saying, that's our color. Even to the point where the University of Houston is using it. It's that kind of thing. It's a deep-seated thing there in Houston. And now with Tennessee doing what they're doing and kind of poking the bear with that, I'd love to see the Texans kind of lean into that and be like, yeah, we're going to wear Houston Oilers-esque uniforms as our rivalry uniforms. That I think would be really fucking cool. Nate in the chat says, thank you. As a Texans fan, fuck the Titans. Excuse my language. Listen, this channel is very much a not safe for work language channel. So that just is what it is. Fate Perry in the chat says this one sucks. USF does it better. It did, yeah. It's kind of a USF look, but I'm saying as a rivalry uniform goes, maybe just add stripes to the pants, but go with the metallic gold and see, as a one-off. It'll literally be a one-time uniform. Why not? I think it's better than trying to do another throwback. Which again, I think that's a dry hole when it comes to the Packers. I think you've already done that. I think it's as done as you can get it. And that appears to be all the pictures we're going to get. I got to see here. Let's see. Let me see what the Creamer boards have for us here. I know the Creamer boards sound weird. It's the sports logo message board. that I've been going to for almost 30 years now. Jesus Christ. I'm old. Oh, yeah, we got some of the other combinations. Yeah, the black helmet, white shirt, black pants. I mean, it is what it is. You knew that was going to be. Again, I think there's a. We got a couple of looks. Got a couple of the action shots here. All right. So let's take a look here. Let's jump back over here. Nate is going off on Tennessee and the fans. I love it. Yeah, I think I do. If the Texans do like a Oilers-esque uniform, that rivalry uniform will be in Houston. I wonder what Tennessee will do for their rivalry uniforms. They just got these. Like, I wonder if they'll do like orange. I wonder if they'll do like a college nod, like to the Vols. Makes me wonder. Dude, Amy Adams Strunk is. There are words. There are words for her that people have said. Yeah, those pant stripes are not making me happy. Ooh, all white looks bad. Again, you need to. If you're gonna have all white, you got to have purple socks. Purple socks. If you're gonna have black here, you either have to have purple or white socks. Black pants, you have to have purple. This would look good. This uniform right here would look good if it had purple socks. Black helmet, purple shirt, black pants, purple socks. Having the black pants and black socks looks like a unitard, and it looks retarded. It just looks bad. I understand like the all purple here, but see, this isn't the all purple uniform. This is the regular home purple with purple pants and purple socks. That's a bad look. Don't do that. If you're going to do the all purple, have it be with the gold numbers there. Give it a little bit of fucking balance. So I don't want this one to ever be worn. This one should only be worn with purple socks. This one should only be worn with purple socks. This one should only be worn with purple socks. That's fine. Again, regular road, but with the alternate helmet. All white, purple. You got to wear purple socks, even with the purple helmet. There's, again, purple helmet, black jersey, purple pants. But like, again, there's so many combinations here. We're probably going to see most of the Ravens may not wear the same uniform twice in a year. The Ravens may not wear the same uniform twice a year. Bate Perry says Buffalo has the best all-white iceberg uniforms. Oh, you're crazy. Those uniforms were atrocious. There weren't too many good rivalry uniforms last year. I think if we're talking like the best rivalry uniform last year was the Cardinals. I think without a doubt that sand uniform they had with the sandy helmet and the field art they did for that too, with having the flag in the end zone, like the old school, like that branding for the Cardinals knocked it out of the park. I would love to see that become somewhat permanent in a way. I love the Arizona flag patch on the shoulders. I like everything about that. That should be the Cardinals look. Is that kind of sandy look? I love the sandy helmet. I've done a couple of concepts where I had the Cardinals wearing sandy helmets. I thought those were the best. The Patriots kind of fog uniforms where everything was a shade of blue or blue-gray. I get what they were going for. Not bad. I'll say this. Not bad. Definitely not the worst one. The Jets one was bad. The Dolphins one was, it was what it was, the midnight blue that it was. It was what it was. The Bills was not great. I actually liked the Niners all black. I thought the Niners all black. I'm usually not a big fan of the Niners ones, of all blacks. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of black for black's sake uniforms. But the Niners one looked good. I loved having the saloon font numbers. I thought that was a sharp touch. The Seahawks I'll give a pass on just because they're kind of weird and wonky anyway. So having the entire iridescent uniform was kind of on brand for them. I don't think it was bad. I don't think it was good. I think it was Seahawks. You know what I mean? And the Rams midnight, the Hollywood Nights one they had is what inspired them to change the uniforms to what they have now. So can't complain about those. I thought those were great. They had the ram horn sleeve caps. And it was, as an alternate goes, again, not a big fan of the black for black's sake, but I think the Rams did that one right. And like I said, it inspired the set that we have now from the Rams. So that's a double win for me. I like that. So I'll say that the NFC West, I think, was definitely a lot better than the AFC East last year when it came to the rivalry uniforms. Because really in the AFC East, the Patriots are really the only one you could say that kinda hit. I didn't like the Bills. The Jets one was garbage, and the Dolphins was a lateral move, if not just kind of like it was what it was. Yes, Nate, that is true too. The Rams are not done yet. They are getting 2 new uniforms as well. We think it's going to be one is going to be the Hollywood Night one. I think that's going to be made a permanent alternate for them. And I also think that they're going to have a throwback-esque one, which might be just the all white and blue, like the old Deacon Jones era type of uniforms that they wore. So I think that was going to do. Fate Perry says Bills was fire. I disagree. Set it on fire, sure. And now there's rumors that the Bills might be having a nickel-colored uniform. Blue helmet, nickel jersey, nickel pants. Not sure. Not sure about that one. Not sure about that one, folks. Fate Perry says Pats was okay. Like I said, I had nothing against the Patriots one. I thought it was decent. I actually liked the Patriots one. As far as that goes, I think it was a decent put together. I think if you added the red elements of the Patriots uniform, like put red outlines on the numbers, have the regular Patriot logo there with the red tails on the flying Elvis there, and on the pant stripes, I think that would be a great uniform for them. White helmet, get some stripes on there. I think it looked great. I think it really did. ELS says, "Ooh, Deacon Jones there." I think that's what one of the uniforms is going to be. Of the 2 we have remaining for the Rams, I think that's one of the ones that's going to be there. I think one's going to be the Hollywood Knights, the all black one that we saw last year for the rivalries. I think they're going to make that a permanent alternate, and I think we're going to get a throwback of the Deacon Jones era Rams uniforms. Again, just speculation, but I think that's what we're going to get. Nate in the chat says, "I hope we get a white helmet for my Texans this rivalry year." Maybe you do, and like I said, if you kind of do the Oilers throwback look, maybe it is a white helmet. Maybe you don't use because the Titans, if they do the love you blue, the Titans are going to pitch a fucking fit. So maybe they just do like an Oilers uniform, but with their current colors, with the steel blue and the red, the battle red, as it were. ELS says, also, King, off topic here, but fuck overnight media. It sucks with the IFL broadcast, and whoever's in charge of the scoreboard graphic, they need to be fired now. Considering I've never heard of them, and it's probably a guy and his kid trying to do, hey, we're a media company, and doing that and not doing well. So that's I'm sorry, ELS. Perry says the red helmet was fine for. I liked the red helmet they originally had that had the bull on it. I don't like their Satan uniforms. I call them the Satan uniforms. The giant fucking. It's black. People are gonna say, oh, it's a deep blue. It's fucking black. They got black and red. Look like it would be a good alternate for the New Jersey Devils to wear, but it looks fucking. It just doesn't hit. I'm sorry. I don't think that uniform hits. For me, and like I said, I didn't like anything. I don't like the Texans number font. I don't like that the home and road uniforms don't match. There's a lot that I don't like about it. I feel like this is going to be the 3rd year coming up for these Texans uniform. So hopefully we've got year 3, year 4, and year 5. So we got 3 more seasons of these uniforms. And hopefully the Texans will revamp them at the end of this, because these uniforms they have now are not the best. They're not the best. Elias just had it. Gotta get that off your chest. That's fine. Gotta get that off your chest. I got you, buddy. So yeah, there we go, man. The Ravens, new uniforms, kind of, again, little slight touches. Not sure they made anything better, but I also don't think they made anything worse. And again, they just have a shit ton of combinations, which, to be fair, they kind of had anyway. So it's just, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. A lot of people were hoping for like an iridescent helmet. A lot of people were hoping for like, oh, maybe they were going to do iridescent numbers. Maybe they were going to do, big changes. It was going to be a whole big different thing. It is not. That is not what happened. We just have same logo. People thought they were going to change the bird. Maybe the bird was going to change. Maybe they're getting rid of the bee and the bird. Maybe they were just going to go with the shield. We were going to have a whole new bird. Maybe it was only going to be the forward-facing bird. Maybe it was only this, that, or the other thing. Instead, it is just what it is for the Ravens. It looked like the Ravens. That's it. Nate says, why do the Giants wear silver pants in practice? Because the gray pants are old and they don't use them anymore, so they use them as practice pants. They should be. A lot of teams do that too. Yeah, like a lot of because they have so many uniforms in stock from whenever they were using them. So you'll see a lot of teams have old uniforms used as practice uniforms because it's cheaper just to use those than to go and buy new practice uniforms. Why would you do that when you got pants and jerseys and shirts that you're not going to use? So use those. But the Giants should bring back the gray pants. The Giants need to bring back the gray pants. The all-white look is terrible. That road white pants that they wear now with the giant Northwestern stripe down the side and all red is fucking atrocious. Just there is nothing good about that. The Giants, when they had the gray pants with the thin separated blue stripe down the side, classic. Classic look. Looked beautiful. Won 2 Super Bowls wearing that look. Why they decided to change it, I have no idea. But that needs to change. And everybody's calling, we got to go back to the 80s look. Nah, I like the NY. I was always a fan of the NY on the helmet. Having the script Giants is fine. And I grew up with that. I grew up with Phil Simms and the Giants winning the first 2 Super Bowls in those uniforms. I think they are beautiful uniforms. I love those uniforms. But the NY helmet, to me, is so just beautiful. As long as they wear the gray pants. Giants have to wear the gray pants. Lloyd said, yeah, no, we've made that. I've made that statement many a time, Lloyd. Lions absolutely need the silver pants with the stripe on it. Stop. And the fact that they have 2 other pants that don't have stripes on it, I will never understand that. I don't get it. Perry in the chat, Fate Perry says Giants have the best blue helmet look, though. Thank you so much. I agree. I agree with that. I think the Giants, they're up there with the Rams, though. I think the Rams have a great helmet, too, obviously. I think the Rams Ram horn, even though it's modernized, some people didn't like the modern Ram horn that they did, what was that, 6-7 years ago now? But I still like it. I like the Giants blue helmet. There's a lot of helmets out there that just look great. I think, obviously, you have some of the classic. I think the Packers look great. The Rams. The Kelly Green Eagles. I'm not a big Eagles fan, obviously, being a Giants fan. Fuck the Eagles. But, I don't like their midnight teal. I don't like the teal look they have now, but their Kelly Green one with the silver wing, hard to beat that as a great helmet. The Redskins, clearly, I think, had a great helmet. Buccaneers, both the one they have now and old school Bucko Bruce and the Creamsicle, I think those were good. You know who had a great blue helmet? And I was very disappointed when they redid their uniforms last year and didn't make these the main, but the Denver Broncos. Because, again, they have the throwbacks as part of their set. And it makes the uniforms they have now look that much worse. Oh, we're going to update it for a time, and we're going to do all this kind of shit. And they did it all, and I got to tell you what, it still looks like shit compared to just a simple football uniform that looks clean and looks good. And those orange crush uniforms that the Denver Broncos have are great. Seattle's royal blue look with the silver helmet, great. I've said this for a while for Seattle. I know Seattle likes being weird and eccentric and all that shit. But if they just took the modern Seahawk logo, put it in the classic Seahawk colors of that royal blue and sea green, and went with that uniform setup, the royal blue top, silver pants, stripes on it, have the Seahawk on the sleeve, instantly one of the best looks in the league. Instantly one of the best looks in the league. Not a question. So, but I think some of these owners and some of these teams just can't get out of their own way. And that's a problem. You know, it's again, these are simple fixes that I think they could make, but everybody, like, again, when it comes to the Titans, I think they over-designed it. Good idea, good concept, but they just went too far and overthought it. Well, we're going to have we're going to put guitar strings on there because we're the Music City. Everybody's done that. The Predators did it with the strings on the numbers, and I think they did it for a Final Four where they had like the guitar strings on there. Like everybody's on the guitar strings or the guitar pick or all of that shit. Stop. You didn't need to do that. If you just would have went and gone more of the classic Houston Oilers look, which I think everybody seeing them wear the throwback Oilers uniforms that's what we were all hoping for. And then you come out with Miami Dolphins looking uniforms. It sucked. Bay Perry says, show the Titans. I didn't see that. Oh, from last, that's from last month. Let me see. Let me go take a look at it here. Tennessee Titans. Let me get the. Let's take a look. See. Where's this from? Oh, Instagram sucks. That's not the pictures I want. Let me see. I got to get a nice set of unblurry pictures here so we can show my man what these Titan uniforms look like. That's not it. Why is it so hard to find a goddamn picture of these goddamn things? This was all over the place literally 2 days ago. God damn it. Yeah, so even the Titans website just has like one picture. All right, well, let's throw it up here anyway. So this is what they have. Let me make this a little bigger so we can all see this on here. Oh, I'm just reject your goddamn cookies, you son of a bitch. This is the Titans' new look. The helmet has that same striping on it. So that's the uniforms, but again, it doesn't have the. Why did? Let's jump back here. All news. Let's see if they have the uniforms here. Mailbag. Da da da. Gotta go all the way back here. Signed, 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 signed. Yeah. Okay. All right, so where was the... Do they not have the fact that they changed the uniforms on the news site? Jesus Christ. This is annoying me now. How do the Titans not have it easily available to see the brand new fucking uniforms that they just released? Yeah, there's that. And then the rest of the story has no other pictures. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Final fucking lead. Jesus Christ. So there's the helmet. Yeah, I don't like the strings on there. The red stripes need to be wider. And the face mask needs to be red. Face mask 1,000% needs to be red. They might do that still. They might have an alternate uniform that does. Maybe that's something they got coming up. The all like an all Columbia blue there. Obviously there's the new logo with the new word mark. They have a secondary kind of script word mark, which is cool. They have a football TN mark on there, which is kind of cool. With the 3 stars on there. I'll give them credit for that. I think that looks pretty sharp. Again, yeah, there's some of the just more looking at the looks there. There's the graphic version of the helmet. More of the scripts at Nashville, Tennessee, Music City. Yeah. All interchangeable. Tennessee Titans. That one has a shadow. Tighten up as their brand asset. All that kind of stuff there. So again, yeah, I think I think it's an improvement over what their last uniform set was. Yeah, red face mask, dude. Has to have a red face mask. No, powder blue is more of what the Chargers throwback was. It's not what the current Chargers have. It's more of an electric blue. Oh, that's more of like the Panthers have that kind of electric blue, even though people try to say that's Carolina blue. That's more electric blue. If anything, Tennessee has more of a North Carolina blue than Carolina does. So yeah, like I said, I get my thing with the guitar strings is like, yeah, I understand why, but everybody else has already done it. To me, it's already been overdone for that. So I don't know. That's all I think about that Fate. Fate Perry in the chat saying agreed. Red face mask. Yeah, I think the red face mask is 1,000% needed, and they can still change that. That is something that they can change without waiting the 5 years for it. They can change the face mask. People have so many different names. Baby blue. When I hear it, from what I understand, like they call it, I think Titan blue now or something like that. But it's official. Like the real name of the color is Columbia blue. The real color for the Chargers is collegiate blue, and the color for the Panthers is electric blue. Those are despite what the branding is, I think like the Chargers, they use like, Charger blue now or whatever it's called, and the Panthers use Carolina Panther blue, whatever. But like the colors are really known as electric blue in Carolina, Columbia blue for the Titans / Oilers, and collegiate blue for the Chargers. Go Chargers, go.
Go Chargers, go.
Lloyd says it doesn't work, to be honest. What doesn't work? Yeah, see, everybody wanted to say the Chargers were powder blue, but it technically isn't powder blue. It's collegiate blue. Trust me. I'm the weird color guy. I look at the Pantones and the color values and stuff like that. That's why me and Jimbo on here get into a shit ton of fights, because he's always telling me about the Eagles color. And technically, the Eagles have teal. It's not green. It's teal, because the Eagles color that they use on their helmet and uniform is more blue than it is green. on the color scale, on the RGB values, it's more blue than the green. It's a teal. It's a midnight teal, which is why they shouldn't wear it. They should go back to the goddamn Kelly uniforms. But that's just me. Oh, the strings. Yeah, no, I don't like the strings. Yeah, I don't. I don't mind the with you nerdy in the chat says the Falcons need black face mask or gray pants. Yeah, I like having the different color face masks. They kind of have the chrome. It's not quite chrome. It's kind of like a satin silver, which is fine. But to that extent, I agree. I think most people did when it came to Falcons. Silver pants. You gotta go with the silver pants. And they can still get that. They can still get there because that's not part of the 5-year deal when it comes to the NFL. So they can change that. So, and hopefully that is something they change. And hopefully the Titans will add a red face mask before the season starts. That's something that they can do as well. Yeah, I think they released all the NFL players that will be announcing draft picks. Again, the draft 1 week from today. Make sure you're here with us, ladies and gentlemen, as me and Jimbo will be watching the first round of the draft with all of you, and I certainly hope that you'll join us for then. Don't miss it. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button and notification bell to make sure that you're here. Please do so if you haven't done so yet, or this is your first time here. Also, if you like anything on this channel, don't know why you would, but if you do, hit that like button and hit that share button. Let the world know that we exist. If you want to help us out even further, we have a link for our donation station at the top of the chat or in the description below. Same with our merch store, too. Don't go red top, white. I don't mind the black helmet, red top, white pants look good for the Falcons. I think I like the Falcons look. I don't think the Falcons have I don't think they look bad. Like that's not a bad looking uniform. You can sit there and say, "Oh, it's not great," or "Oh, it's not as wild and wacky as I would like it," but it is. I think it's still good. See, I love the stripes. I do love the stripes on the pants. The stripes look great. Maybe they could have added them to the sleeves. That's something that we can talk about, but I like it. Overall, I like the Falcons uniform set. They look like a professional football team now. They don't look like some college team. They don't look like Oregon, like the Ravens do with like 17 different fucking uniform combinations. They just look like a professional football team, and you gotta love it. We're getting there. We're getting there. I do kind of like that they went back to the gloss helmet. I'll give them that. And see, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, this is great. If they just would have had silver pants. Like, here, they got the throwback. That looks nice. I was hoping for maybe a red helmet with stripes on it, but, you know. I hate their modern logo. Some people may not like the throwback logo, but if you could just modernize slightly that classic Falcons logo, it would be so much better than the fucking cyber chicken shit that they got on there. That thing that they have for their logo now is fucking atrocious. I've never liked it. Lloyd says, "Hey King, if the Vikings did a yellow alt, would that be bad?" Yes. It's very hard to make a yellow uniform look good. Steelers did it. Bumblebee uniform was great. I'll die on that hill. But see, I like these. I like the anodized kind of silver gray face mask. Like that main home look with the black helmet, red jersey, white pants, red socks. Class. That is a classic, beautiful-looking football uniform. And like I said, the only thing that would have made that better is that outward silver stripe there on the pants. If that was just the pants, I think that would have looked great. I think that would have looked real good. I think it's a good look. I do. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's going to do it for the day. Again, we saw the Ravens' new uniforms. Again, not a tremendous change. Just a couple of tweaks here and there, getting rid of the shadow. They changed the pant stripe. They changed the logo on the all-purple helmet, and it appears that the purple helmet is going to be interchangeable with most of the other uniform sets. And they have an all-new, all-black uniform with the forward-facing Raven, also in black, but just with red eyes. And it appears that all elements of these uniforms are going to be interchangeable with each other. So, prepare to see the Ravens not wear the same uniform twice next year. It's going to be weird. You never know who's going to be playing when you're looking on a game because it's going to look weird. But, good for them. Lloyd says King will be live on Saturday. Maybe that's a definite maybe, because I gotta go vinyl hunting with Pepper Jack on Saturday. Record store day. Go ahead and support your local record stores, by the way. But we'll be out pretty much all day, and I don't know if we've got anything else planned either. I was originally supposed to go up to my parents, but hang out with them. Hang out with family, but that unfortunately got postponed for a little bit. So we'll see if anything else comes up. If not, I might be back home early enough to where me and Jimbo can go ahead and watch his Flyers in Game 1 against the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. Actually, it would be it's the Metropolitan Division semifinals. God, the NHL playoff system fucking sucks. I'll just say that right now. But who am I to say? I don't know. I'm just some lowly guy here in New Jersey. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But anyway, there you go. New Ravens uniforms. We had new Rams uniforms this morning, and we had new Red Command Skins uniforms yesterday. That's on top of the Falcons' new uniforms on the 2nd, and the Titans last month, right around this time. I think it was about a month ago that the Titans released their new uniforms. And I believe that is it for all the new looks and uniforms and logos for the 2026 season upcoming. Now, we got the draft coming up next week. And then we're kind of in that long waiting period until we hit training camp. So we'll see. We're coming up. I know we're how far away from the start of the season are we? Because the season's actually starting on Wednesday in Seattle. Seattle's going to be kicking off on Wednesday because Thursday is going to be the game in Australia, mate. We are approximately 146 days away from the start of the NFL season. So it seems like a long way from now, but it'll sneak up on us real quick. So we'll see what happens there. But until either Saturday or, because like I said, I don't think Open Bar is going to be happening tomorrow because Jimbo said he's not going to be able to join us. So it is what it is. Maybe I'll join up. Maybe I'll be on here myself for Open Bar, and we'll do a couple of little Q&A. We'll see. If you want to join us for that, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell to let you know whenever we do go live. But thank you for joining us here on this Ravens uniform release evening. I certainly hope you have a great rest of your Thursday night, and we will see what happens from here on out. We'll play it by ear, as they say, and at the very least, you'll see us here next Thursday for the start of the National Football League draft, live from the beautiful city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So until then, well, until Saturday or till tomorrow, or kind of whenever the hell we go live, my name is King. This has been Stay Tuned Sports. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great rest of your Thursday. Adios, skis.